From Mataranka to King Ash Bay, taking the Roper Highway all the way through Limmen National Park. This is a part of Australia that I absolutely love. One of my favourite parts of the Northern Territory other than home. We did go up to Lorella Springs in 2022, spending a week. One of my favourite places hands down, and such a shame that it's closed. And ever since that Lorella trip, I've been dying to get back up to the Gulf country. It truly is a spectacular place. Some of the best fishing in Australia, let alone the Northern Territory, even though I can't seem to find any of them. From the Lost City inside Limmen National Park all the way to King Ash Bay. King Ash Bay is probably one of the best spots in the Gulf country. Amazing little community there, great people on the banks of the MacArthur River. It's an absolutely beautiful spot. It's the first time going there. I will be going back, but next time we're going to make sure the main goal is to get a tinny and take a tinny back there so we can do some proper fishing. So we are currently on the Roper Highway. Bit of a dodgy single lane for a lot of the way, and single lane bitumen, and now we left Mataranka. So yeah, Roper Highway, and then it turns into dirt. So we're on the dirt portion right now, heading for Limmen National Park. Right, what do we got here? Tomato Island 40k. That's probably where we're gonna bloody head. We would be going to that joint right there if it was open, Lorella Springs. What a shame. Right, so we're here. We made it to Tomato Island campground. Pretty bloody big campground. A few people here. It's not packed. They got showers and all sorts of shit here though. The river's just down there. But you know, we don't have a boat. Really, you need a boat. We want to go fishing. You can't fish off the banks anywhere here, so probably won't show much of this area. Bit unfortunate. We'll camp here and we'll head off tomorrow and go to a place called Towns River. Apparently you can fish off the bank and you can camp there, so hopefully that's where all the excitement goes down. Well, we just had tea, getting absolutely eaten alive by mozzies. We'll see you tomorrow. She's a wet morning, so this is camp. Waking up the next morning, Tomato Island in Limmen National Park. Now, as you can see from all the fuel here, this really is a popular spot with boaties. Pretty much everyone here had a boat. There's a boat ramp, hot showers, toilets, excellent facilities. None of that was here, but the place became so popular that they spent the money and put the effort in to put the toilets and showers in. Some war history, and even the little hatchback right there that somehow made it all the way out here. Check out this morning. What a beautiful foggy morning. Absolutely brilliant. So we're just going to poke along this morning and make our way to Towns River Camp, I believe it's called. So that's a good spot where you can actually camp right on the bank if you want and fish off the bank. And obviously we don't have a boat, we don't have a tinny or anything, so would absolutely love it up here. I want to come up here and do a full dry season like June, July, August, but I'm bringing a boat next time, so really going to try and make it happen. But anyway, this joint's about 130k away, I think, so maybe a couple of hours, but it's pretty heavily corrugated, all these roads, and it's very foggy this morning, so just slow. nice morning. So much bloody fog and mist this morning. We've seen some, I think, brolgers flying around. We're trying to get some shots, but it's a bit hard, and some herds of buffalo. Just different country up here, and different animals. It's a different world. A lot of the country's been burnt, like a biggest mob of it that we've driven, hundreds of kilometres. But we just want to go wet a line and try and catch a fish. But I was talking to a bloke yesterday at Tomato Island campground. They've got a boat. You really need a boat up here. He basically said they've got onto a couple of barra using bait. I think he said cherubim or something, whatever he's catching in the river there. Had no lucks with lures and soft plastics and that, and that's all we have. We don't have bait, so we don't like our chances, but we're gonna have a crack anyway. So that orange circle on the map there, that's us. And so we've left Tomato Island campground and we're heading down to Towns River where we can fish off the banks. We're hoping to catch some fish. Now, the country out here really is beautiful. Like I said, a lot of it burnt, but a lot of it's lush like this too. Our first little river crossing thing. Oh, this is just bloody brilliant. Look at this. Oh man. This is just brilliant, eh? I imagine you don't want to go skinny dipping down in there. It might get your bloody dick chomped off by a crocodile. Beautiful little creek. So we made it to Towns River Camp, another excellent spot with great facilities. Well, just rocked up to Towns River, and they got toilets here, which is bloody nice, like long drop set up, but they were pretty fucking rank, shit all over the joint. But hey, still used them. I don't mind shitting in the bush though, it's actually better. Oh, this is what we've been bloody waiting for. Look at this. Well, we might pull up right here somewhere. Everyone else got the same idea, eh? So we went and bought ourselves a couple of rods, Catherine rod and rifle. We did have some gear from our Lorella trip. We sold it not long ago because we never use it, and then here we are needing fishing gear. So it's just some basic stuff. See if we can catch nothing like usual.
Mm.
So I had a big gold hard lure on, chasing them barramundi. No, I don't know what I'm doing, but I just put a soft plastic on, and that big gold lure, you can see, I reckon, barramundi down under these rock shelves. They were sort of chasing it in, and then there was a fish chased the lure right in up to here, probably a good 400 mil long. But it's a hard time of year, water's cool. We had the same dramas in Lorella. And we've talked to a few people, no luck with the lures, but they're having luck with like bait, cherubim and whatnot. But yeah, it's all healthy. You can see a mob of fish in here.
Something I noticed on this trip was no shortage of big American rigs towing big caravans. Right, well, we just pulled out of Towns River, which is down this road here. So we're gonna chuck a left, keep heading south. We don't know what we're gonna do. So there was fish there, barramundi and bloody, yeah, all sorts of stuff chasing the lures, but you know, I'm not a professional, I don't really know what I'm doing. They didn't want anything to do with the soft plastics, but the gold hard bodies I was using, they were keen on. But it's not really the right time of the year. Like I said, people running bait are actually catching them, not having any luck with lures though. The fish, it's not enticing enough for the fish, I don't think. But anyway, we'll keep going, see where we get to. So obviously there's a bit of bloody mining activity going on out here or something. Running across these private haul roads. So we're going straight. What a beautiful little spot. Look at that. Surely flick a lure in there. Wow. So we just pulled up here, look at this spot. So we just found this little spot here we can park up, and it looks very fishy and probably crocky. So I just want to flick a couple of lures in here because it just looks amazing. Try our bloody luck, see how we go. Looks like a good spot. Oh gee, look out, you'll never guess I caught 0 fish yet again.
this cheeky bastard. That's the real Red Bull, not like the energy drink. He's even got red balls.
So after our chat with the bloke with the red balls, we pulled into Butterfly Falls. This was an amazing place. It's the only place inside Limmen National Park where it is safe to swim. It's a proper oasis and really blew us away. Now, unfortunately, us being there pretty late in the dry, early August, you could swim if you were very keen, but we didn't swim. There was a couple of people there, and yeah, the water's not the best. The waterfall at the back was just trickling still, but if you were there early on in the dry, it'd be just absolutely beautiful. Now, the next stop after Butterfly Falls for us was the Southern Lost City, an absolutely amazing spot. The true crown in the jewel, though, is probably the Western Lost City, but you need to go to the ranger station and get a code or a key to access the place. We didn't really realise this till it was too late, and so we couldn't really make it happen. But it's an easy enough drive to get into here. There's no gates, you don't need any codes or keys or whatever, and it's well worth it. So we went past the Western Lost City, decided to pull into the Southern Lost City, and it's very cool here. Nobody here. This would be probably the pick of the camp spots, I would say. Nice big shady tree. The toilets over here obviously got burnt in a fire. I don't know when, but they're absolutely toast. But this is beautiful and definitely a must-see. I think the Western City is the real must-see of the whole place.
It's really spectacular in there from the videos and pictures I've seen. You got to go into the ranger station and get a key for access, and we totally spaced on it and forgot, and you kind of have to get onto them in advance, and it's a fair old drive down to the Western Lost City. But anyway, we might try and check it out next time.
Well, we got some sad looking signs over here. Lorella Springs that way. We went there in 2022. It's no longer open, as a lot of people know. Absolutely devastated. If that was open, that's where we'd be this whole bloody time. Massive shame. So we made it to King Ash Bay that day and pulled up camp on the banks of the MacArthur River. Now, this is an absolutely fantastic spot. The sun setting over the MacArthur is just another thing. It was extremely busy though, but that's to be expected. Now, King Ash Bay have really got their stuff organised. Absolutely excellent facilities. They've got full rooms here, as you can see, with showers, toilets, basin. Just excellent, eh? After you pull up and you're looking for a shower, you're all dusty and sweaty and whatever. And then they've got this here, undercover barbecues and seated areas. And it's a place they've put together extremely well, and thousands of people visit it every year religiously to go fishing. It's like a proper little town, a proper fishing town. You've got supplies you can buy, there's a petrol station, caravan park set up, they've got everything. The following morning it was pretty wet. There was only a couple of nights on this trip that the temperature got to dew point, but obviously you're up in the Gulf, it's, you know, you're going to get this sort of weather. Now, funnily enough, we actually run a tent for this trip. I usually run just a regular old school swag. I do have a dome swag, an ARB dome swag that I do use. Sometimes I don't really rate them though. I don't like dome swags. They're such a pain in the ass. But obviously if you're up in country like this, you need some kind of protection. So we chose to go with a tent and we just chucked the swags inside. Best thing I've ever done. It was a cheap tent. Takes about 3 minutes to set up and pack down. It's the best thing ever. So it was then time to leave King Ash Bay, unfortunately. So we packed up camp and made our way through the town. We basically went and had a bit of a look around, went to the local service station / shop, filled up, got plenty of diesel, bought one or two things, and basically drove through the town, and yeah, just had a bit of a look around really. I'd actually love to come back here annually, do it properly, get a boat, have a proper crack and go fishing. And funnily enough, they've actually got their own, I believe, 9-hole golf course right here. Not too green though. Some people have been coming here for decades just for the fishing. Right, so we're just heading down this goat track. We've been given a bit of a tip off to a local spot, I suppose, to have a fish. There wasn't much opportunity for us at King Ash Bay. It's all, a lot of people there camped up, bloody cool place. We don't have a boat or anything, so we're just gonna go out here and, I don't know, try our luck. So we came across this lagoon. It was absolutely fantastic. We could see fish jumping around. I threw a lure, it wasn't a good idea, it got stuck on lily pads, but I got it back. Now, you can actually see the lagoon right there in front of us, and then obviously you got the main river just ahead of it. So we're going to try to make our way there.
Well, this is the spot. We don't know how good it's going to be because it just looks like, I don't know, just a little sort of, just full of lily pads, bloody beautiful ducks and all sorts of birds here. It looks like fish in there. So I'm going to chuck the lure in there. Probably a big dirty croc somewhere too, and we'll just see how we go, I suppose. But we haven't really been able to do much fishing since we've been here, so I really want to try and have a crack, you know. Nearly cleaned up a fucking duck.
So we ended up finding a road that took us to the main river, which is where the local was telling us to go in the first place. It's funny because King Ash Bay was full of people, and this place there was absolutely no one. And then a couple of local mob rocked up from a station, looked like they were station people. They had their hand lines and they had cast nets and all that sort of stuff. Looked like they knew what they were doing. It's a bloody good spot. And unfortunately for us, it's time to head home. We went from that beautiful river to this bloody site. And we just couldn't believe along the Carpentaria that the machinery and the upgrades they're doing. I think that whole Carpentaria highway is receiving upgrades, and bloody huge upgrades going on in the Carpentaria highway, just for kilometres, roadworks. Bloody biggest mob of machinery out here and all sorts of stuff going on. So it's a bit slow going, but be interesting to see what they do next time we come along this road. Well, look at that, brand new double lane, bitumen, bloody beautiful.